Matt Reeves' The Batman is shaping up to be one of the most successful DC films to date. The question on whether we're going to have the Batman sequel, it seems to be inevitable at this point. But a lot of people are wondering, is the boy wonder himself going to show up in the Batman sequel? Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix. My name is Chris Wong. Matt Reeves' The Batman is out in theaters and pretty soon coming to HBO Max. Being one of the most successful DC films to date, people are already wondering what's going to happen in the sequel. Now, recently I talked about the villains that may show up in the sequel. Now I want to get into a potential partner for Bruce Wayne, Robin. Now, seeing that this Gotham City is a bit more grounded than from the other Batman films from before, would this Bruce Wayne, played by Robert Pattinson, pick up a teenager or even a child to become a superhero? This was from the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. Josh Horowitz asked Matt Reeves this question.
Can Robin exist in your universe? Can a teenage boy or girl kind of work in this horrible Gotham that you have created?
Maybe. I'll just say maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I have a lot of ideas about what I want to do. I'm not sure what the next story is. For me, whatever that story is going to be, it's going to be to take these characters, and specifically Batman's character, and put them in some kind of emotional jeopardy. So when you talk about what you're talking about, there may be a really interesting story to put, there have to be emotional stakes so that you get drawn into that character story. I don't want that character to become a cipher. I don't want to be like, okay, so we saw there wasn't an origin tale, but you know what? That was kind of his origins. And now he's just perfect. Like, no, you need to test the character again and again and again. And for me, yeah, there might be something in that. I don't know. I'm going to, there's a deep dive that already happened at the beginning. And now I'm going to have to deep dive again if we have the chance to make another one, and so we shall see.
So it doesn't seem like Matt Reeves actually said no, and that could be a possibility that he would probably add, or could add, Robin in one of the sequels for the Batman trilogy. And probably the first theory and guess would be that little boy that we saw in the Batman, Mayor Mitchell's son. Would he be Robin? Real Blend Podcast asked Matt Reeves this very question.
Are you setting up Mayor Mitchell's son to potentially be a Robin?
Interesting. No.
No? Oh, all right. Okay.
But you know what? It's a cool idea. It wasn't the intention, but actually, why would I say that? Why would it? Because it's a cool idea. And if I did it, and then basically now I'm going to have to give you credit. I don't know that that's the path. It's a cool idea. God damn it. That is my idea. That's my idea. Thanks for bringing up my idea.
Later on, Matt Reeves said that Mitchell's son actually represented Bruce Wayne himself. He saw himself as that boy. It's more of a representation of his youth rather than looking at this boy and saying, hey, let's put some tights on this kid and have him help me fight crime. Nah, not really. But he did say that was a great idea. Another potential person could be that kid we saw in the beginning of the Batman movie on the subway fight. The young gang member that they just recruited, he seems to be more good than bad. Now, this young gang member is played by none other than actor Jay Lequego, who you may have recognized as being Tim Drake in the recent Titans season on HBO Max. So he's already kind of Robin in the other show. Could he potentially be Robin in a future sequel in this Batman trilogy? And we don't know his name on IMDb. It just says trained gang young member. So they literally could put either a Dick Grayson or a Timothy Drake or somebody later on. But the whole idea of Bruce Wayne actually bringing in a kid and training him to be a superhero, does that sound crazy? Now, I don't particularly think so because there are multiple characters that are orphans. Not only is Bruce Wayne an orphan, but Selina Kyle, played by Zoe Kravitz, is also an orphan. Riddler, played by Paul Dano, is also an orphan. So Bruce Wayne sees these two orphans going down sort of a wrong path, both wanting justice in their own way, but also going down a criminal path. From his experience with working with Selina Kyle and Riddler and seeing Mitchell's son, I'm wondering maybe in the sequel that something will happen that we'll get introduced to the Graysons and he will finally meet Dick Grayson and realize he would have to help raise this boy to become a better person. And in the same light, this boy will want to help his quote-unquote father, Bruce Wayne, fight crime. Because I believe Bruce Wayne seeing himself in these little orphan boys and trying too hard to shape them to be a better person by inadvertently following in his footsteps would be a type of drama and character-driven story that seems like Matt Reeves would want to tell. So all in all, I don't think we had any signs of Robin in the first movie. I really do feel and think that the first Robin will indeed be a Dick Grayson, and that story will be told in the future. Well, what do you think about Robin being part of the Batman trilogy? Do you want to see it in Batman 2, or would you rather see him later, maybe in a final movie? Share your thoughts in the comments down below.